Hey coaches, Craig Capurso here, just going to show you how to run a one-on-one business inside of Metron. So the first thing you want to do is basically, put your offering out to the world. So let's create that. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over to My Store tab. Obviously this is a live account, so I'm going to blur out some details, so just hide some privacy here from client names and numbers. But you would click the add button. So you click add, and then you'd say I want to do a one-on-one coaching business. So I click create. Come on over here and name this. Let's just say one-on-one demo. Just for this purpose, I'll put myself as the author. I could have a conversion URL, so after checkout they could land at a specific thank you page or basically some more information page. So that's what you would want to do. If you have that, you would drop that right there. Let's put a banner, whatever that might look like when the client actually logs in. Let's just choose from a template for the time being and say this is a bodybuilding one. So basically this is what the phone would look like over here to your client. It would say this image, the author, etc. And so Facebook Pixel and Google Analytics, you'd also want to drop those conversion links. So when you do, start looking at marketing outside, that you do have your analytics and your pixels, so you kind of know what the conversions look like. So let's just hit next for the time being. And so this is where you could build an overview. What we could do is this. I have the choice of going with an article, a video playlist, or a link. So a link to like a Facebook group or a member's website. An article would just be like some kind of overview information, like a bodybuilding.com trainer would have an overview, a nutrition overview, a supplement overview. That's kind of things like that. So what I can do, since I've already have blocks and I've kind of showed you another previous video that I'll link up above, where you could kind of use a training block to run all of your coaching services. I'm going to import this from our program. So let me go find one. Let's take Unicorn, because that's what was my previous example. There it is. So I'm going to import it from the Unicorn. It's going to give me all the training blocks. So now these are all articles. So over here, if I click them, you can see that there's a video, and on the side you'll see kind of like that video preview, just a little information about the program, training overview, same thing. You could just do a link to a video, which it will populate, so you could show them there, or you could do written content. What does it mean? So here's some written content, that you could actually design in here. I don't recommend using this designer to write. I recommend using an outside word processor to write your stuff, and then come on in here and then format it. Just a pro tip, the tools tend to get a little wonky a little bit after a while. So I would say write everything in Word or somewhere else where you're processing it, and then drop it in here and then format it to your liking. That's the best tip I can give you for the overview section. So once your overview looks good, and again, this is a one-on-one training, so let's just say we're doing one-on-one nutrition only, or one-on-one training only, or nutrition only. So you would want to share whatever details and tips and tricks that would apply to the one-on-one training block. And you could run several different pricing strategies and training hubs to specific offerings that you want to make. So you don't have to have just one place for everything. You could do a one place for just nutrition, and then everything in here might talk about nutrition. One for just training, and then your pro tips should be about training, and so on. So just make this unique to the kind of client that you would be onboarding into this. The next one, you just click next and go to pricing. So this is where you can price your program out. You can do an invite only, where you're processing payments outside of Metron. So let's see, process personally, you just get a link. Therefore, you just basically give them a link, and then they would sign up, and then you would have to invite them on a one-on-one basis, or process payments through Metron using Stripe, really seamless. You get a checkout link, and it's already done for you. You don't have to think about it. You just sign up to Stripe. But let's do that here, and let's just say I want to run I don't know, mine's much higher, but let's just say maybe industry average is like maybe $400 a month, something like that. So let's put $400 per month, and if I want, I could do like a quarterly option. Okay, so now I want to do every 3 months, and let's run it at, if we're doing 400 a month, maybe we do 1,000 this way, and that gives them, let's just put 1,000 in there, and that gives them a 17% off that rate. So you do a 400 month, a 3 month, and maybe you want to do a year, give them a bigger discount there. But you don't have to. This is just pricing options for you to say, hey, I can offer 2 different pricing structures with one link. So you don't have to, personalize it for each person. You just say, hey guys, I'm going to give you a discount by signing up for 3 months at a time. It's going to cost you $1,000, or you could pay monthly at $400 a month, which is a little premium, obviously, because they're not paying you up front. So then go ahead and hit publish and proceed. And it's that simple. I literally can take this link now and go share it, and I'll show you what it would look like. Let me just open up a different browser. And there you go. So then they could choose. They could click the $1,000 a month plan, or they could do a $400 a month plan. One thing I do want to show you, and we'll come back to the screen in a second, you have the option to import coupons. So like you could create these coupons in the My Store tab and then just embed it right into there. So let's just say I want to give somebody 25% off for life. So we're running a promotion, Father's Day special. All I do is click that drop down. I click it, copy, and it's right there. That coupon's right embedded into the checkout code. And I'll show you right now. That coupon's right there. Now the final price instead of 400 is 300. Or instead of the price of 1,000, it's 750. The embedded link is already right there done for you. So all the client would have to do is sign up, check out, and then we'll go into the next process of what that checkout looks like for your user. Once they sign up, basically what happens is the client would basically sign up and you would then be notified and you would have to accept them. We don't just allow anyone to just sign into your program just to make sure that you're not overdone or over flooded with inquiries. You would have to accept each person. So essentially it's a hold on their credit card for the time being. They would get a notification that said your coach has been notified. You would get notified that someone's looking, and they could share some messages about what they're looking for out of you, and you could decide if it's right for you. So that's the process of getting a client onboarded with a program. So that's as easy as it is. At that point, there's a whole bunch of videos on creating workouts, exercises, and how to basically run the one-on-one training block, and basically how to easily make it scalable by using training blocks. But we'll do that in the second part video. I just want to show you how easy it was to get started with running a one-on-one business in Metron.